Welcome to another episode of my Motortown playthrough. We are back with my NoTP challenge and we are about to pick up another car with my weird little setup over here. Yeah, I'm still pulling my own trailer using borrowed or just, I don't know, not really rented out tow truck. But yeah, this is not my own. I'll have to pay ownership share. And basically, picking up this car right now is just another activity to do while getting back to the main island. After all, the no teleport challenge means that I cannot just go back by teleporting and leaving everything behind. So it means that I'll just have to go ahead and yeah, just better chain my jobs together so that everything kind of goes from one to the other and I don't end up running the vehicles empty all the time, or at least half the time. So yeah, I just was looking for a different type of job to do on the way back and just trying to connect things here in a way that hopefully makes sense. Okay, picking up a winch hook and we are going to sit inside the car and trying to maneuver it onto the trailer here. You know what? I may actually try and tilt this up a little bit. I think that should give me a slightly better angle so that it's not gonna damage the car on the way up. God, this is looking ridiculous. But hey, I hope this is at least the good type of ridiculousness and not the stupid one like a few episodes ago. So we should get rolling here. And yeah, this is working out pretty well. And we are fully on, but maybe I want to go a bit further to the front here. Just like that, that usually helps with traction and all of that. So yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. Let's cut the tape, the cable, not the table. I'm still like not all the way there, and I should make this the last episode that I record today. I think this for the better for everybody. But I don't know, I didn't even want to make that many episodes to begin with today. The whole thing is just one big chain of things that connect together well, so that's kind of keeping me going for longer than I anticipated, but hey, I'm having fun here. I hope you're having fun as well. And at least I'm not quite as much in a weird state of mind as in the last few episodes. I might still be kind of recovering from my flu infect or whatever it was. It's still kind of, I'm very much under the weather even a week later. And we are taking cargo damage here, so that's not great. I don't know if it had anything to do with me loading the thing up. I didn't actually check if we already had cargo damage when we got back into the car here, but I mean into the truck. We'll have to see about it, how much we get in addition to that. Because it might just be all the bouncing around on the dirt road. Although it seems to be fine, maybe there was a bit of scratching. Yeah, physics are a bit weirdly bouncy sometimes in this game recently, so I hope they take care of that at some point. But we are about to leave the dirt road anyways, so we should be fine from there unless I make a mistake, which has never happened, so we should be good. Okay, just 10 kilometers to go, even though it says 4 on the marker over there, but yeah, that's straight line and we are definitely going to do a bit of a detour here. Only question is, are we going around that side or that one over there? I usually prefer to go alongside Anson Island and all of that. So we might be going straight on the intersection and then just, yeah, go right next to Anson Island, then over to Olle Speedway, and from there back to Gangyang, I guess. I guess that's where the location should be at least. I'm still somewhat disappointed sometimes when they, especially with vehicles like this, when you don't really get a decent payout for them. It might have to do with game most likely still taking the straight line distance for the delivery or for the price calculation. But yeah, you're obviously not able to do that because, well, that would require a boat. And with connections from OG Island to Gangyang in particular, the detours are just immense. So I might have to make a screenshot after the delivery here just to see how much we are getting as a base price, and then potentially also making a feedback post about it. Because it should really go to... I mean, first up from OG, the next closest location would always be Olle Speedway, because you are always going to go past that. Autopilot never considers the other option there, going to the East Bridge and then back to Gangyang. That might be a bit longer. So yeah, instead of going to Gangyang, it would always be shorter to go to Olle Speedway to begin with, since that's a valid drop-off location. And then you should also just get more money for it because it is a very long trip. I explained the whole honking thing, I'm not gonna comment on that anymore. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing Night Runner's release, which is once again why the whole honking thing is happening right now. Of course, I'm just such an idiot. And yeah, I don't even mind talking about other games like that because I don't think they are even close to being a competition to this. They are so different genres, it's just... they are going to be their own thing. And when it comes to comparing Night Runners to Tokyo Extreme Racer and all of that what's going to come out next year, I don't see that as much of a problem either, because in my mind I'm going to buy both as long as they are good. So it's more like fans of that JDM racing scene of the late 90s, early 2000s highway stuff where we have been underserved for the last 15 years at least. It was, I think, like 18 for Tokyo Extreme Racer. And it's just going to be 1 year where we are finally going to get some good stuff again. So yeah, might be a lot coming out at once all of a sudden, but there's likely gonna be quite a bit of time then until the next one comes out after that. So yeah, there's gonna be plenty of time to play both titles intensely. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I've played the Night Runners prologue, so I'm hoping for that to be just more of what I saw there for the most part. And it's already high quality, and I'm looking forward to just getting the full game. Tokyo Extreme Racer had a few dud entries, especially when it came to the drifting series. I've been watching a few videos about that, and some of the titles really don't seem to be working that well. I've only played Zero, so I cannot really speak much for that, or for the series outside of that one title. But yeah, a few of those ones, they were played by poor design choices. But hey, I hope the new one is gonna be, yeah, just like Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero, maybe with a few more additions and other nice new features and all of that, but on par with today's kind of games, so that should be all pretty good. The reason why I'm talking about this in particular right now is because I I just released another Reros Online video, and it's the one titled We Have Century of Steam at Home. Because while I usually try to avoid comparison to other competitors and all of that, with that game in particular, it's such a stinker at some points. I just felt like blasting it for all that it's doing wrong and all of that. I don't know, there isn't really that much love for the team, at least from my side, and also not the game as a whole, with how badly it has gone. It could have been one of my favorites, but right now with how the patch hasn't really been working out, I'm just using it as a coping mechanism, because I cannot play the game that I really want to. Yeah. But yeah, I've seen other people like on the Motortown Discord recommending other games, and some of those look nice, but others like Test Drive Unlimited, Solar Crown, I have absolutely no desire to play it. And honestly, when it comes to Motortown, there isn't really all that much that does the same thing. Or even anything similar, in my opinion. At least as far as I'm aware. Most car games are focused around racing. This one has some racing in it, but it's not focused around it, which is already quite the difference maker. And yeah, there are of course different other simulators that focus very hard on one thing, like bus driving, Euro Truck Simulator, of course, for the semi-trucking and all of that, and they go far more in depth with all of those things, and that's to be expected from those games. But having a good variety transport simulator doesn't really happen. At least not as far as I'm aware. And yeah, I don't know, while there are of course, as I just said, some simulators that do that one particular thing better, or at least more in depth. I don't know, having something with a variety is always something that will speak to me, even though inherently, I mean, they would need a really large team in order to really flesh out everything in depth. So it's gonna be a bit more simple. That's the same with games like GTA or something. GTA doesn't have good shooting mechanics, it doesn't have good driving mechanics, at least not as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't have a lot of other things that it does ultimately amazingly well. Like a lot of the content that has been added to online is just the most boring slop, just to keep people grinding. But yeah, it does a lot of things. It does all of them more mediocre or okayish, something around that. But in total, it's still a completely unique thing that a lot of people, or at least a lot of dev teams, don't even want to try compete against, because with some of the things, there's so much that it still needs to do correctly in order to even be good enough to be considered playing. It's really hard to keep up with that. And we've seen some games that don't do things well enough in order to work out there. I mean, Saints Row, that really felt like a half-assed attempt there in order to do something, but ultimately it kind of fell flat. And yeah, I just went into the car to check that the handbrake is still on. I may actually want to maybe not tilt it up that much. Something like that looks alright. And yeah, now I'm just gonna let it roll down and hope that we can get to the spot right here. Yeah, that was alright. Still got more safety bonus than the base payment. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly make a screenshot. Careful, there's gonna be a noise for a moment. And yeah. Because honestly, I think taking this from medium all the way around here, there should have been a bit more payment here. Like, that didn't feel good. I can get something similar from cars that I take from somewhere around this island. Don't go anywhere near that far, and this is definitely underpaying. And I think that's coming from the whole game just thinking that this is the delivery distance, not the additional kilometers just going around everything. So yeah, I think that really needs to be sorted out. There are a few other jobs where I think it still works like that. And they have gone over to doing proper distance payment calculations in the past. But it doesn't seem like something that has been taken care of across the board. And I think that's what really needs to happen here at some point. Another thing that I would really like to see in this game is a few more jobs. I mean, just a few jobs at all that are more focused about doing stuff in a particular area. Because for the longest part, this hasn't really been the case here. For most jobs, it's just some sort of delivery going from A to B. And while that's all good and well, just having a few things where you maybe stay in an area, maybe like forklift stuff, just loading things on trucks and trailers and all of that. That could be cool. Or just dock worker stuff. That would also be an option with how the docks are set up. Yeah, something like that would be really nice for the game. Not just driving around all the time. I mean, still most of the jobs will be that. But also being able to just go to an area and do a job where you stay there for a while and just focus on one particular place for a bit. I mean, you could also just be stacking up pallets inside the warehouse, just putting them on shelves with a forklift or something. Oh, I'm driving completely the wrong way. I thought for some reason that this truck actually needs to go to the dealership over here, but of course not. I mean, trash collection is kind of one of those things. But there could be others as well. I recently saw a pitch for potential dealership stuff. They would actually have to take care of customers and... Okay, sorry, that was my fault. My bad, I'm sorry. You know what? Since we are in a tow truck already, let's help this citizen get back onto their wheels. After all, I may have not been completely innocent of what happened here. Yeah, just a quick tug of a recovery rope here and it's all good again. So let's get that one despawned, and yeah, that was about what I want to do today. But yeah, the dealership stuff that was suggested was basically you get customers and you just need to figure out what kind of car they want and then you try to upsell them on those. I'm not entirely sure on how well that would work. I don't want something like a text adventure here where basically you just talk to the people and just that's your entire job there. Maybe alongside either making a test drive of the car, delivering it to the customer at the end of the day, stuff like that. That could work out well. But yeah, overall just having multiple different jobs where you're just not just always in the car. Or if in the car, maybe doing stuff in one place for a bit. Or some other people have suggested having like one of those crane vehicles where you can maybe go to different lampposts around the area, change the light bulb, maybe also with signs like this go up there, clean it or rework it or something. Maybe having to repaint part of it, I don't know. Just going up there, pressing an interaction button and that's about it, getting a bit of money. So yeah, I don't know. Also, I should keep a bit more track of what I'm doing here, so let's quickly go in here and check for passengers that we could transport. Someone nearby and maybe not exactly going to one of the furthest places away from here. Okay, I think that's a better idea there. Everything else is maybe a tiny bit too far out of reach for this episode. We might actually go to Sanho at some point, but not like this. Not today. And yeah, I could maybe also spend the time to upgrade the car, but I think I might be rather doing that between episodes, just taking my time, figuring out something and going from there. Okay guys, over there in downtown, I was wondering where the whole thing is leading me. It wouldn't be the first time when I just look at the map, confuse the starting and end point for the taxi fares and then just have to go much further than I thought because the guy actually wants to end up where I am at right now. But yeah, this thing is kind of atrocious in terms of performance right now, so I should really at some point get into just trying to improve it a little bit at least.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, taking the mountain route. That's actually a few of those roads that I would like to incorporate into racetracks more often. I think they are pretty neat. Fast paced, but also at some points a bit more a bit more tricky. Also, this one being nice and wide helps out quite a bit. Dang it. And yeah, I thought I had something good going, but now I think it might actually be the first time I ever lost a comfort point with these fares. So, yeah, good job. In other cars I would have actually considered going off-road here, because being a bit more slidey actually helps keeping the comfort level up. So you can just let loose and don't need to be too careful. Which might be a bit more counterintuitive, but really it works out if you just wanna get going a bit quicker. On the roads here, with any sudden turns, I'm always running some risk of just having the customer complain. But we should be good here. We are on the highway now, so that's alright. Also, I wonder if they shouldn't maybe slightly slim down the road. I mean, these these lanes are so wide. I think in total you could easily make this a 3-lane road per side, so 6 lanes in total. But hey, it's also kind of nice having a wide road at some point and not just having the narrow ones over time. But sometimes I feel like these might be roads that came in with all the asset pack vehicles, and a lot of those are of course a bit larger than what the devs really want. Then again, the same is true for this car most likely. It's likely one that would also be either slimmed down or ideally be replaced by an in-house model at some point. And yeah, at that point, that highway likely looks even more ridiculous than it does right now. Yeah, this road is already quite a bit more narrow. Then again, for highways, people going high speed, you kind of want there to be a bit more lenient. Okay, you know what? I might actually make this a tiny bit longer and just get rid of that vehicle there. We should be coming up to the delivery point for this guy anyway, so might quickly jump into a tow truck and grab that limousine off the road there. Because I feel like that's kind of in a bad location. And I don't want to absolutely ruin myself by ramming into it at some point. So we might quickly get rid of it and yeah, just improve road safety a tiny bit. So yeah, Jeju Airport Warehouse.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that was also not the most worthwhile fare, just 6k, but I mean, we are not really in money troubles anyways. I think I could actually buy myself a tow truck at this point. That might also be an idea, just having my own one. I mean, we get them at any important location anyway, so yeah, maybe that is something for the near future. But yeah, not today anymore. Would have to see where I can purchase them at this point anyways. I mean, there is of course the dedicated place where you can get them. Would also be interesting how you get there and get back from that. I mean, I could of course just drive there with a regular car and then tow it back to my starting place. That's what the tow truck would be predestined for, but really for a brand new vehicle I would kind of like to come in with something that can transport it instead of it transporting whatever I come in with. We'll have to see about that though. I don't think I want to use my vehicle trailer for that because, well, we've seen how that goes with other large vehicles, and yeah, I don't want to do a repeat of that. I think I've had enough of that whole topic. So maybe I rent out a semi truck and a Lomax trailer. That should be good. But that would also be kinda overkill. So we'll have to see about it. Man, that thing is really going up in the front, so maybe ease up on the whole thing a bit. Just let it roll. Again, 2% damage on this thing. Weird that it's the same on both those vehicles. I wish I could have checked for the mages. I'm curious if everything just has 2% now, or if it's just a really weird coincidence. I don't know where the damage on this one could have come from. The other ones with loading stuff onto the trailer, yeah, there was a reason why those could have been damaged, but this one, not sure about it. And yeah, the base payment is 2.6k, but I mean, for that delivery, this could have almost been a freebie, really, if we wouldn't get money for everything anyways. But yeah, I brought that one back home. So next time we're gonna get back into our taxi and do whatever with it. I'm not entirely sure. But that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching and see you guys next time. Till then, have a good one and bye bye.